Today's video of the Kanji Trainer, the app for learning the Japanese image characters with memory phrases, is related to two characters which are rather easy to be mistaken. Those characters are the character for arrow and the one for to lose. Let's get started after the intro. I am now asked for the character with the meaning to know or knowledge and the pronunciation shiru or chi. Here in the bottom we have a drawing area where I can draw the character with my finger, and if I do a wrong stroke, the app tells me how to do it correctly. Alternatively, I can press the yellow button to get the character shown. Then, here in the upper region, an explanation field is shown, which first explains the components of this character and gives a memory phrase to me. Here it is explained that in this character at the left side an arrow is shown. It also gives me some help how to memorize this character for arrow, namely an arrow flies in the sky. So the short upper line is the arrow and the rest is the sky. You can memorize the word for sky or heaven by thinking it's a big man who has the sky above him. Again, the character for arrow shows an arrow that flies in the sky. The right side of this character is the character for mouth, but in this case it is understood in a more general meaning as a square or as a target. And the memory phrase for to know or knowledge is the arrow hits the target if it knows it. Again, the arrow hits the target if it knows it. At the right side of the drawing area we have some characters which are easy to be mistaken, either by the optical appearance or by the meaning. I go on the first one and I get the information that this has the meaning peace or harmony. I go back and the second one has a similar meaning, namely knowledge or existence. Okay, I go back again, and here on the left side of the drawing area we have the radicals which are used in this kanji. I go on the button for arrow and I see all usages of this arrow in the Jyo kanji. First character is the one with the meaning to know, which we just discussed. The second one has the pronunciation I and the meaning medical treatment. I go here on the small arrow and I get the explanation. It tells me that this character is composed by a box and an arrow. For the memory phrase we should think about the acupuncture. It tells us in the box are arrows that are used for medical treatment. So box and arrow in the combination means medical treatment. The next one in the list is the character for family or clan with the pronunciation zoku, like in kazoku. The memory phrase tells us that this character has at the left side the character for sight or direction, and on the right side a lying person and an arrow. For a meaningful memory phrase, it appears to be helpful to break the arrow into parts, namely the upper part of another lying person and a lower part with the character for big. The memory phrase is, it develops in one direction if the two lying persons breed something big, thus to a family. In this thinking, the two arrow persons are actually the parents. Again, the memory phrase, it develops in one direction if the two lying persons breed something big. It leads to a family. The next character has the pronunciation michikai or tan and the meaning short or brief. It comprises at the left an arrow and at the right a bean. The memory phrase is, an arrow as short as a bean is really short. Again, an arrow as short as a bean is really short. Well, I could continue going through this list one by one, but instead I'm now interested in getting more information about the character for Bienen. To get this information, I go with a double click on the kanji for Michikai, and I come to a follow-up page which gives me several information about this kanji. Among this information are the radicals which are used in this kanji. I go on the radical for bean, and I come to a list with all usages of this radical in the Joyo kanji. Well, I could work through this list, but instead I prefer to go to the main learning list. Here in the second line we have several radicals which are in a certain relationship with that arrow. I can switch on and off those radicals, and the corresponding kanji are added or removed from the list. The second entry is a radical which is rather similar to the radical for arrow. I go on it with a double click and I change the active radical, and now I am told that this radical has the meaning lose. I see that 4 kanji are using this radical for to lose. The second entry has the pronunciation shitsu or ushinao and has itself the meaning for to lose or disappear. I go on it and get more information. It tells me that at the left there is an accent for an emphasis, and the rest is the character for husband. It tells me that the husband is considered to be a big person with extra caring arms. So the character for big has a horizontal line, which are widespread arms, and at the husband this line is double, so this means extra caring arms. And in combination with the accent we come to the memory phrase, I emphasize the husband is losing. So the combination of the emphasizes and the husband is leading us to the meaning of to lose. The first entry of this list has the pronunciation tetsu or kurogane and the meaning steel or iron. I get the information that this character has at the left side the component for metal and at the right the component for to lose. For the memory phrase, we remember that iron or steel is actually a widespread metal with no high cost. The memory phrase is a metal that you can lose without trouble due to its little value is iron. Again, a metal that you can lose without trouble due to its little value is iron. Okay, let's end here and I go back to the page for the arrow. Here I see again the characters for arrow and lose, which are very similar, but I'm pretty sure that you will not mistake those characters anymore, because you will remember that the arrow has the image of a small arrow in the sky, and the sky is the line above the big man, whereas the character for to lose is the character with the husband, which is the big person with the double arms. Okay, the app is available for iOS and Android and is also available for Chinese, and then it is called Hansi Trainer. Please recommend this app to your friends who learn either Japanese or Chinese, and I wish you much fun and success when learning.